Hate speech, a frankly pathetic excuse for government to justify tyranny upon its citizens. This article, I found this article, I thought, why not? It is from Norway, so, luckily, not quite us yet. Not that I don't doubt that the same thing has happened here. But we'll read the article. Man convicted, sentenced for misgendering, insulting male who identifies as female. In a historic case, a man in Norway has been found guilty of using hate speech against an individual who identifies as transgender. The 52-year-old was tried under Penal Code 185. That's weird S letters. I can't speak Norwegian, admittedly, so I have no idea what that letter is. It was the first verdict under a December 2020 amendment that created a prohibition against discriminatory or hateful statements on the basis of gender identity or gender expression. Now, of course, the takeaway from that is that discriminatory or hateful statements not on the basis of gender identity or gender expression are A-OK. So, really, admittedly, I've never quite understood how we specifically made on the basis of gender and expression worse than any other discriminatory or hateful statements. But it does seem to just be one of those arbitrary things. The incident in question took place on March 24th of this year. An individual described by newspapers as a trans woman born in a male body, who previously changed legal sex, joined a discussion about the City Council of Oslo? Yeah, we're going to go for Oslo, which was taking place on the Facebook profile of a friend. The individual ended up in a heated exchange with another man who... Wait a minute. Is this referring to the trans person? Because I don't think we can actually say another man, because that implies that they are a man, which they obviously don't identify as. As the quarrel escalated, remarked in a series of statements. Do you really think that a single human being thinks you are a female human, being and not an old man with strange fantasies? I mean, to be fair, it's kind of strange. It is a little bit strange. That said, it is incomprehensible to me that the authorities will allow you to have childcare responsibilities. Oh, the next one's what gets cancelled. Or investigated by the police by the looks of it. Perverted male pigs who permanently roleplay as little girls have, strictly speaking, no insulting power. I mean, it's not exactly wrong. I mean, if somebody who roleplayed as little girls insulted you, I can't imagine you'd really be too insulted. You know what I mean? Offended, even. The offended individual the offended individual, is this the person, is this trans person or the not trans person? It doesn't really, we might find out later on in the sentence. Reported the Facebook quarrel to police. It was the trans person. Saying that being referred to by a former name and with male pronouns had hurt him. Oh, women are human. I like this news source. Most deeply, such that he don't kick us off YouTube, right? Because I'm just reading the article, so nobody reports. Such that he would never use social media again. So he lost. So this is how we win. Just call them by the wrong pronouns and they win. The trial was held in Bergen District Court, with Camilla Moore serving as police attorney and Ina Rain defending. The primary question before the court was whether the man's Facebook remarks constituted a gross underestimation of human dignity. Of the effect. That just sounded like a bunch of nonsense. Gross underestimation of the human dignity? What does human dignity have to do with the law? Norwegian laws are weird. The man on trial admitted to writing the comments, but argued that the statements are protected by freedom of expression. which, if it were legally binding in Norway, they absolutely would be. Legally, though, they're not. So, I mean, it's kind of done in that way. But morally, he did absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, he probably helped a few people by making it so the other person was not on Twitter, as they had to leave after being called by him. Bergen District Court found that the court must react strongly to statements that violate protected groups. That alone is a red flag. Violate protected. There shouldn't be protected groups. That's an essence of privilege of people, and which in practice means that those who are exposed to it limit their participation in public debates. It's not really limiting their... I mean, they're not being banned from the platform. They just don't want to go on. Because people apparently call them mean things. The court sentenced the man to prison on condition for 21 days and a fine of krona. I always assumed krona was Soviet money, so I thought they used euros in another way. He must additionally pay 3,000 krona in court costs. The defense attorney has not yet said whether he and his client will seek to appeal the decision to the Court of Appeal. So effectively, right, what happened was, was it really an insult? Do you really think that a single human being thinks you are female? No, that's not an old man with strange fantasy. We don't know the age. Actually, I think we do. I think it said 54 somewhere. I'm pretty sure I did say 50. So he is an old man. Yeah, the 52 was oh no, that's the... Right, well, we don't know his age. We don't know his age. But I hardly think he's too offended by being called an old man, realistically. With strange fantasies, it's fairly strange, yes. That said, it is incomprehensible to me that the authorities will still allow you to have childcare responsibilities. That's not really an insult, that's more of an opinion. Perverted male pigs who permanently roleplay as little girls have, strictly speaking, no insult. Okay, so perverted male pigs, that was an insult. Okay, that was an insult. Who permanently roleplay as little girls. That's... I don't know whether the age was changed. I don't know. Because I have seen a video of this guy identified as a little girl, which pretty dodgy, but alright. Strictly speaking, I have no insult power. So the only real insult was calling him a perverted pig. Everything else was true or unconfirmed, as an old man would be. And as a result, he was arrested and charged for 21 days of jail. And cost, we'll do quick maths, 18,000 krona? Just a heads. Yeah, 18,000 krona, which I'm estimating similar to the quid. I'd imagine there is no actual defence to this, as the law in Norway and other Scandinavian countries are fairly strict on what you can and can't say. I mean, in Iceland they have a list of names you can name your child. In this country you have a list of names you're not. Because apparently you're not allowed to call your kid Adolf Hitler, which I think is a travesty. And Lucifer, I'm pretty sure you can't call him Lucifer. Scandinavian countries are fairly bizarre with their lack of freedom, though we are getting to that level, and Scotland is practically already there. So legally, I don't think he'll actually win an appeal if he does try to make one, but it is absolutely unjust. And I feel like perverted male pigs who permanently roleplay as little girls have, strictly speaking, no insulting power. I feel like that should be more popular of a quote to say. Yeah, this article was by Diana Shaw on December 29th. So yeah, trot.